Hello everyone, welcome to part 15 of the build series of the Team Associated sc10 short course truck. In this video we'll be attaching the shocks to the chassis. Now, as you can see here, I have gone ahead and put the right front and right rear shocks on. This is just a cut down on the filming time. One thing I would like to point out, something kind of funny. I thought my mind was messing with me. Here's a bit of a typo on the instruction manual. Okay, so here, this top section is for the front shocks. This section is for the rear shocks. Now, if we look here, this is showing you like the actual shock position of where to assemble it. Now here it says front shock mount setup position left side, front shock mount setup position right side. Here's where it gets funny. Front shock mount setup position. Yeah, well, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say rear shocks mount. Just something a little funny, I reckon. So yeah, that's the typo. So if any of you viewers are working at Team Associated, that's meant to say rear shock. Just thought I'd give you a heads up. Alrighty, so let's get on with assembling putting on this, the shocks. Now, I'll point out too that when you're putting the shocks on, as you know in the previous video with the shock build, you've got the bleeder screws, so where you can bleed the shock. Make sure that those screws are facing outward and not inward. Okay, so that's just a little heads up for you. So let's carry on. So we'll put the front left on. It'll click in. You'll need a little nylon screw. This isn't not a nylock, but it's not a aluminium or aluminum. If you're from America, it's just basically a simple plastic nut. So you screw it on like so. Then you get it. Now you've got two screws here. You've got well, let's just put it simply, a long one and a short one. For the front, you'll need the long one because it has to go through the front and come out from the back here because the shock actually goes in between. So you'll have to excuse me folks, I'll have to turn it around this way so I can get to it. Alrighty, now for the rear shock. So virtually it is just the same procedure. Just make sure that the bleeder screw is facing outward, click it on, find the tool that you misplaced. This is a little awkward though because you've got the body post in the way. I mean, you can probably take the body post off, but as you can see it's flexible. When you're putting the bottom part of the shock on, always, butterfingers, always make sure that you put it in the exact same shock mounting hole position on the suspension arm as, say for instance, the right. So in this case, on the right, it goes the same with the front. With the right one, this screw is on the inner hole. So therefore I will have to do the exact same. Now excuse me folks, I have to have it positioned like this. Screw, have a bit of a fight with me. I just have to tip it up on its side here. Sorry folks if you can't see it, I'll probably just put it down there for you. There. It's so much easier on the right hand side. These Nerf bars don't exactly make it easy either. Alright, that's on there. Again folks, don't over tighten it, don't want to strip the thread. And there you have it people. There is the shocks. So when you're doing it, after you've done it, just check to see if they come down at the... Well, sorry about that everybody. My camera decided to have a meltdown during filming. For some unknown reason, every now and then it'll just decide, nah, I'm not going to record. And so that's why some of the editing in the videos was a little bit, yeah. So as I was saying, by the way, the camera's only about 2 months old, so yeah, beats the hell out of me. As I was saying before it decided to have its little meltdown, after you've assembled the shocks onto the chassis, just squeeze them up and down like so. See if they come down at the same speed, which these ones are doing. Do the same with the front. Yeah, it's all good. So that's basically, you want the shocks to be, I mean obviously the front shocks are going to be different to the rear, so you want each pair to work at the same speed so everything's even, and that'll help with handling. Alright folks, that'll be it. I'll see you in part 16. See you then.